Good morning, everyone, and Happy New Year. Unfortunately, because of the weather, the church leadership decided to cancel our service this morning. The original plan was to have some coffee and sit around tables and chat and listen to some music and do a short Bible study together in the style of Lectio Divina. So I thought as an alternative, I might walk us through that process with the passage of the day, which is John 1 through 18. I will be using the Inclusive Bible as my translation, but feel free to use whichever translation feels good to you. So Lectio Divina is a 4-step spiritual practice process. You begin with reading, then meditation, then prayer, then contemplation. So in the first step of the process, which is reading, you will do a slow, prayerful, and deliberate reading and perhaps rereading of the passage. So in this step, the key is to slow down and focus fully on the passage at hand. Read the passage once or twice, maybe 3 times, until you have fully entered the text, and then sit with it. Take a few breaths, see what you hear. After that, you'll read the passage again and meditate on the text. In this step, the goal is to chew on the text and ponder its meaning. Try listening for a word or phrase that maybe pops out, and think of that as an invitation from the Holy Spirit to sit with that word or phrase. Which word or phrase stuck out? What does it mean to you? Why? Where might you have heard that word or phrase before? Take a few deep breaths and sit with whatever came to be during that time, and then move on to the third step, which is praying the text. This step of Lectio is often thought of as having a conversation with God about the text. And the goal of this text is to discover what the text means to you, or maybe thinking about how God might be addressing you through the text. As you pray, think about what you might like to say to God and pause and wait. Do you hear anything from God in response? What was it? Take a few deep breaths, sit, and then move on to contemplation. Contemplation is the final step of Lectio. And in the Christian tradition, some folks believe that contemplation doesn't necessarily mean thinking deeply about something. Some say it might mean the opposite, like moving beyond thought to an experience through the deeper level of the mind. In this process of Lectio, contemplation is often referred to as resting in God beyond thoughts, words, or images. You might dispose yourself to contemplation by willingly opening yourself up to the experience and seeing the experience of reading the text itself as a gift from God. What emerges? So, as we go about this process, as you listen, take a deep breath and take note of your body. Maybe relax your shoulders, stretch your neck, take a few deep breaths. Take note of where you are sitting or standing, and breathe. Listen to the passage multiple times. And if you want, you can use my reading as your reading, and I will raise my hand at the very beginning of the text, of the reading, so that you can come back to that spot. Or you can read the text yourself and hopefully find something meaningful in that. All right, let us get started. We will be starting right here. And again, this is from the Inclusive Bible. In the beginning, there was the Word. The Word was in God's presence, and the Word was God. The Word was present to God from the beginning. Through the Word, all things came into being, and apart from the Word, nothing came into being that has not come into being. In the Word was life, and that life was humanity's light. Light that shines in the shadow, light that the shadow has never overtaken. Then, one named John, sent as an envoy from God, came as a witness to testify about the light, so that through his testimony, everyone might believe. He himself was not the light. He only came to testify about the light, the true light that illumines all humankind. The Word was coming into the world, was in the world. And though the world was made through the world didn't recognize it. Though the Word came into its own realm, the Word's own people didn't accept it. Yet, any who did accept the Word, who believed in that name, were empowered to become children of God. Children born not of natural descent, nor urge of flesh, nor human will, but born of God. And the Word became flesh and stayed for a little while among us. We saw the Word's glory, the favor and position a parent gives to an only child, filled with grace, filled with truth. John testified by proclaiming, "This is the one I was talking about when I said, 'The one who comes after me ranks ahead of me, for this one existed far before I did.' Of this one's fullness, we have all had a share, gift on top of gift. For while the law was given through Moses, the gift and the truth came through Jesus Christ. No one has ever seen God. It is only the begotten, ever at God's side, who has revealed God to us." Thank you so much for joining me on this spiritual practice. I hope that it might be meaningful for you, and yeah, I would love to see or hear what emerged for you as you did this practice, and I hope that we can do it together in person sometime soon. With that, I will say we will see you next time. In the meantime, please stay safe and stay warm. And may God go before you and light the path for you. Take care, everyone. We'll see you later. Goodbye.